I know. I said I was done with Jurassic World hater videos because they were beating a dead quagga rim shot. But this has just been in the back of my head for so long, and it's just been haunting me, and I have to just come back out of hiding for just one more time. Let's just pretend this is a post-credit scene or a deleted scene. But Critical Drinker does not understand Jurassic World in the slightest. And I know I've made a post about this, but this has to be its own video, so let's just go.
What it was is a prime example of everything wrong with modern Hollywood. A sloppily written, goofy, contrived, brain-dead, unoriginal, but superficially entertaining copy of a far superior movie.
Off the bat, he totally just misunderstands the entire movie. That Jurassic World is meant to be a meta-commentary on capitalism and that bigger isn't always better. The Indominus Rex is meant to signify something that just wanting to be bigger and better, but it ends up destroying the franchise. Okay, that was creepy. And then it ends with the T-Rex and Velociraptor, the stuff from the origin of the franchise, teaming up to defeat this thing that has destroyed the franchise.
Is grey, and I honestly can't make up my mind if he's supposed to be autistic or if he's just a really badly written character.
This statement alone that he just said, I could probably spend an entire video on, and just how this is literal ableism, making fun of people with autism, and how this is just one of the stupidest things I said, but I could go on about this, and how this is insulting, especially that there are people with autism that are a lot more intelligent than you.
Although I really don't understand how they managed to get insurance coverage for a place like this, considering the number of people that must have died from dinosaur attacks up to this point.
Seems Drinker must have totally forgotten the InGen cover-ups in that deleted boardroom scene, which, I mean, hey, I don't really blame you. They should have put that scene on The Lost World.
And for some reason thinks he can train raptors to obey his commands like the dogs or something. See how this movie cleverly subverts our expectations by turning the previous dynamic on its head? Raptors used to be the enemy, but now they're our friends. They've run out of regular old dinosaurs and decided to create their own super mutant hybrid thing called the Indominus Rex. But I'm gonna call him Super Rex from now on because I'm
making fun of the Indominus Rex's name. You know that Indominus Rex literally means untamable king? Untamable king. That's intimidating.
and it can mask its own heat signature because that's convenient to the plot.
Tree frogs can modulate their infrared output. We use strands from their DNA to adapt her to a tropical climate, but I'm...
Jesus Christ, next thing you'll be telling me they can turn invisible.
Cuttlefish genes were added to help her withstand an accelerated growth rate. Cuttlefish have chromatophores that allow the skin to...
Why are you doing this? What are you hoping to find? If it really has escaped, then you're wasting time looking in the place that it escaped from. And if it's still there, it's just gonna spring out and eat you.
If an animal somehow escapes its enclosure, I'm pretty sure the first thing you gotta do is figure out how the hell it actually got out.
The Super Rex was just playing a trick on them, you see, luring them in by pretending to escape so it can break free for real. You know, it really pisses me off when scriptwriters want to portray animals as being cunning and smart, but they take it way too far and give them knowledge and understanding that they couldn't possibly have.
This statement also could merit its own video because he's literally just giving a giant disrespect to intelligence of animals. Let's give some examples of animals totally being intelligent. Corvids like crows and ravens. They've understood traffic lights. They use traffic lights to break nuts. When the traffic light turns green, they drop the nut so it breaks, and then when it turns red, they grab it. I'm serious when I say this. Google this if you want proof. A panda actually faked being pregnant just to get more attention. What else? One time there were elephants that when their keeper died, they visited his house on the day that he died. Even though some of the elephants haven't been there in 2 years. Chimpanzees have figured out number combinations I could just go on and on.
Like, how does the Super Rex know that it's being watched on thermal imaging? How does it know that leaving claw marks on the wall will cause the humans to open up its enclosure? How would an animal be able to rationalize something like that?
Instead of just saying the same thing I said again, I'm just gonna let Dr. Grant do the talking.
Dinosaurs and man, two species separated by 65 million years of evolution, have just been suddenly thrown back into the mix together. How can we possibly have the slightest idea of what to expect?
They're proof that if you've got nothing new and original and smart to add to an old idea, then do the world a favor and don't fucking add anything.
I never split any hairs about, do I want to make a sequel to Jurassic Park? Of course I wanted to make a sequel to Jurassic Park. It was just when. I somehow liked that idea, and we never really exploited it, but that can of shaving cream.